Mission log 031117. Chris Risto reporting with a quick update from the Demuralessel system. I've made a new home closer to the center of the galaxy. It was certainly not planned nor wise, but I'm here nevertheless dealing with the consequences. After much struggling and deliberation, I finally gave up on hunting the flying dragonfish. I left Listustig and focused on recovery. I drifted off into space, passed out without Ike Daven's autopilot, and landed on Rickenbark Epschat, a charred planet with warm weather, where I encountered the Birdman, a 570-pound, 20-foot-tall bipedal with heavy feet who stomped around like he was pissed someone shit in his nest. He was an Abortus Azuska with a rational gender, herbivore diet, and a fluctuating age. However the hell that works. He was by far the largest animal on the planet, and he made sure it was known, almost crushing a miniature Birdman, an Adasco Aryumi, at 59 pounds and 2 feet tall. I decided to stay the night, observing the creature and enjoying the weather as the remaining effects from Listustig wore off. Next, I headed to Idungpu Kuklemo, a poisonous planet with alkaline rain where I saw a flying pig, or at least one with horns and wings. And as I walked around, it dawned on me that I was just wasting time roaming another planet with unintelligent life forms, without friction, without struggle, without purpose. What I needed was space to reflect without the threat of accidentally ending up on another hell planet or dimension, without the stress of dealing with employees at my own base. Of course there's plants in the cockpit. And so I found myself contemplating life on a rock in outer space, sitting on a lifeless moon near Listustig. I was realizing that the beauty of the Euclid galaxy and its strange creatures might not be enough to push on anymore, when I received a call from Uixi. He had made changes to my base, hired a blueprint shopkeeper, and installed new labs for vehicular planet-bound travel with 3 machines manufactured and ready for testing. A roamer, a colossus, and a nomad. How long was I trapped on Listustig? How much time have I lost? Of course, I warped back immediately, excited by the prospect of land-based travel and the joy of new gadgets. The roamer was a blast to drive, though I struggled to get the hang of the controls at first, and then I nearly got myself trapped in a large crater. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Not good, not good. The Nomad was also pretty incredible, more capable of navigating tough terrain, but not as much of a thrill to drive. Woohoo! And then the Colossus, which was almost too big to be much of use, but I could see it working well for heavy mining. While testing out my new toys and utterly destroying the landscape and environment on my home planet, I realized that the tools could almost serve no purpose on Logatha Sarbu. There were no animals to interact with, the terrain barely changed from one spot to another, no large bodies of water, and no signs of ruins anywhere. It had been the perfect, quiet location for relaxation and forgetting about the struggles, but the vehicles were bound to my base planet, and I wanted to truly test them out, so I set out to find a new place to call home. Farewell, peaceful stability. I stopped by Dritzen's Riacombe, a deserted rocky planet. Then Orb's WJ602, a non-interesting mushroom-growing planet in the Javorspas-Zoib system. I went to Alpet Spent 3, home of the Icoscot Essek, but didn't spend more than a few uneventful hours there before warping off to Demuralessel. So I headed down to Giovae Pogsweet, which seemed like a paradise planet with tropical weather. I was attempting to take a few pictures on the beaches when a goofy dinosaur started to prowl around. Adeslibia Tetaporto, only 10 feet tall, 280. This planet, this system, was exactly what I was looking for. So I laid down some tech to scan for habitable bases nearby, and lo and behold, the location was minutes away. I would be able to set up shop on a tropical paradise with freaking dinosaurs, a place truly worth exploring with new land-based vehicles. Although the actual location was not as beautiful as my home on Logatha Sarbu, my mission had been successful, and so I claimed the Bujama colony on Giovae Pogsweet as my own, even though it meant losing progress and pissing off the government of Yuan Giallo Rafik 14. However, the joy of claiming a new home planet lasted only seconds before regret began to set in. A paradise planet this is not. The temperatures are extremely cold during the storms, and the storms never stop. I dropped my roamer down to the bottom of the ocean and had to swim back to the surface and lost my recording in the process. I took the Colossus out for a test run and they couldn't navigate out my own front yard. I lost that recording as well due to the storms. And so now I'm out riding the Nomad, which hovers over the water perfectly and can navigate almost any terrain. But the storms aren't letting down, I'm getting hungry, and I cannot figure out where I'm going. Okay, how far out am I? Where's the base? Oh shit, I'm stuck in a cave and the storm's penetrating. I gotta find a way out. Alright, I gotta be coming up on my new home soon. Or maybe I'll just get stuck. Okay, system, time to air out. Go ahead and crash, HUD. Go ahead. It's just locked. So I'm locked again with no idea where I'll be when the software recovers. However, I did forget to mention the new camera upgrades. So enjoy these photos while I attempt to fix the HUD. Until the next log, farewell.